This presentation will be about the cross-cutting nature of the pastoral care of human life. And this presentation will focus on two aspects. First, the foundations on which we can affirm that the pastoral care of human life is cuts across the whole mission of the church, and then the characteristics of this cross-cutting approach. In the course of my presentation, I will highlight some meaningful experiences. The first foundation is the personalist anthropology. Every human being, as we read in Dignitas Infinita, every human being from conception to natural death must be recognized as a person. This fundamental principle expresses the big yes to human life. The second foundation is the evangelizing action of Jesus Christ, as who came as the good shepherd, and the good Samaritan reminds us that Jesus Christ came as a good shepherd so that all humanity may have life and life in abundance. So the third foundation is that the people may give life for the others. We try to live this communion in Colombia through the pro-life network, which is a space of encounter to generate a greater social impact. Secondly, the national theme of human life, whose aim is to build together projects, meetings, formation, common work, and pastoral growth in order to generate a greater impact on its members. Thirdly, the parish pro-life committees to involve lay people in the protection of life. The parish pro-life committee several years ago and the Episcopal Conference of Colombia elaborated a manual to motivate and accompany the creation and consolidation of pro-life committees at parish level. And this is done through the campaign Fertilized Life. This is another characteristic, some of the characteristics of the human life ministry. Pastoral care for human life is based on the gospel. That's why it is present as a dimension of the ecclesial dimension. So this implies in all stages of to focus on permanent formation and focusing especially on the value of human life in light of our faith and with the dynamism of the grace that is manifested through charity. promotion of life culture requires to put in place to consider all the necessary elements like praying for life, the action for solidarity and education, and our political commitment, among other things. That's why it is urgent within the church to accompany and form people about the importance of life. The pastoral care of human life should walk according to the rhythm of life itself, through generation, development, suffering, and decaying, and to focus on the kairos. That's how we can develop processes to accompany the rhythm of human life. As we see in psychology, it is important to accompany people in meaningful life, in meaningful moments in the life of a person, like the birth of a child, preparation for married life, accompaniment through sorrows and some suffering. Let's see some meaningful experiences through important moments in a person's life, like training natural methods of fertility regulation. In Colombia, we have 3 experiences that continuously offer the respective training of the monitors: the symptothermal method of double checking, the Billings method, and the Creighton method. Together, we have formed the fertility recognition team, with whom the fertility week will take place from the 24th to the 28th of July. Took place on July 23, the accompaniment of pregnancy from conception, in which the value of life and the recognition of life as a blessing is highlighted. The Archdiocese of Bogota, within its Christian initiation plan, has created the Itinerary of Gestation, which is a program of accompaniment for the Christian initiation of children and families and in community. The third experience has to do with abortion prevention and post-abortion healing. Organizations and associations that help families and individuals to responsibly welcome and safeguard the gift of life, especially in the case of difficult pregnancies, and to avoid a recourse to abortion, have been promoted and encouraged. In particular, the 40 Days for Life, the Centers for the Care of Women, the Diocesan Centers for Listening and Accompaniment, as we also have the Esperanza project. As to protection and accompaniment of frail life, we have sought to know and motivate initiatives to protect it, taking into account the needs of the person at different stages of development. Many civil organizations support vulnerable people, Down's syndrome, adoption, addiction, children with cancer, suicide prevention centers against violence and abuse. In the promotion of a culture of care for the elderly and terminally ill people, in which the church is called to accompany the faithful spiritually in this situation, offering them the healing resources of prayer and the sacraments, helping the Christian to live in this context of spiritual accompaniment is a supreme act of charity. We also accompany people, elderly people, providing palliative care for the terminally ill. The third characteristic is that it extends to other pastoral areas. What does cross-cutting mean? It means that it is not confined to the restricted field of pro-life actions, but is integrated into other pastoral areas. This avoids a certain division of pastoral work into silos, which diminishes its effectiveness. In the case of the pastoral care of human life, the cross-cutting nature of this action of the church implies its synergy with family pastoral care, social pastoral care, the health pastoral care, educational pastoral care, etc. The human life ministry is intertwined with the pastoral care of the family ministry. And let's recall that the family is recognized as the first structure of the human ecology and as the sanctuary of life. The first fundamental structure in favor of the human ecology is the family, within which a person receives the first notions of truth and goodness. They learn what it means to love and to be loved, and therefore what it means in concrete terms to be a person. And then against the so-called culture of death, the family is the seat of the culture of life. The contraceptive mentality versus the gift of children as the end of marriage, the natural recognition of fertility, responsible parenthood and adoption, accompaniment to people and family, and the role of the family in their prevention and work and healing, palliative care from the home and the family, the place of grandparents in family life. The pastoral care of human life opens up to the horizon of integral human development. Both the social pastoral care and the pastoral care for the promotion and defense of life are based on the fundamental principle of Christian law, expressed in charity, care, and protection of human dignity in all its aspects and in an integral manner. The actions carried out by the social pastoral care for the promotion and defense of life are based on the fundamental principle of Christian love, expressed in charity, care, and protection of human dignity, in promoting peace and reconciliation, and fostering care of our common home. The pastoral care of human life is in direct and tangible way a culture of life. The pastoral care of human life, of health, is defined as the evangelizing action of the whole people of God, committed to promoting, caring for, celebrating, and defending life. From this point of view, a profound relationship is established with a common goal, life as a precious good, making present the saving and healing action of Jesus in a suffering world. We are united by life itself, and therefore our pastoral actions have to focus on making Jesus present in our particular realities. Children are at the very core of our action. In his words, in the words of Christus Vivit, the Pope invites us to form and accompany young men and women so that the anti-culture of death does not lull them to sleep or distract them from the true value of life, building a future without substance. For this reason, when he presented the world, the Global Compact on Education, he highlighted, among other aspects, those that converge with the pastoral care of human life. first to place the person, his or her value and dignity at the center of every formal, informal educational process in order to highlight their own specificity, beauty, and uniqueness, and at the same time, their capacity to relate to others and to the reality that surrounds them, to listen to the voice of children, adolescents, and young people to whom we transmit values and knowledge in order to build together a future of justice and peace, a life of dignity for each person. Encourage full participation, to have the family as the first and indispensable educator, educating and them and ourselves, to welcome opening ourselves to the most vulnerable and marginalized. The fourth characteristic of the human life ministry is to integrate the historical dimension and the human sciences into pastoral ministry. In this field, it is fundamental that the science and reason contribute to theological reflection and pastoral work. The analysis of the historical and cultural context, as well as scientific advances developed in the honest search for truth, help to discover paths for the proclamation of the gospel of life. Fifth, the first urgent thing is the formation of formators. What is the first step in putting the pastoral care of human life into practice? What means and kinds of pastoral action should be offered for the formation of the laity and to support a culture for life? It is urgent to propose a path of formation for the laity that is accessible in its pedagogy, in its economic value, and in which the person can be involved according to their academic level. Many faithful can find their way according to their work dynamics, their level of education, and their economic possibilities. It is important to insist on permanent campaigns that help the faithful to go to the basics and to give an account of their faith and their hope in the dignity of human life. In this sense, it is important to make known the richness of the Church's social doctrine and her magisterium on life and the family. In conclusion, the good news of the gospel of life challenges us to develop a pastoral care of human life, a human life ministry that is integrated within the evangelizing mission and generates ways and opportunities to promote human life that, according to the design of the Creator and healed by the Redeemer, allows us to be a place of encounter and experience of evangelizing communion and the construction of a new civilization. Thank you very much.